Hello, and welcome to Women in Business, where we interview entrepreneurs and senior managers and show you the strengths, successes, obstacles, and roadblocks women experience in business. Since I believe every person in business needs to be visible, I'd like to invite you to watch www.sob6, that's the number 6, tips.com, which will give you some valuable information should you get the call to be on radio or TV, which I think is extremely important. If you'd like to contact me personally, drop me a line at Gail Carson, that's Gayle, GailCarson13 at gmail.com, or go to my website, www.spunkyoldbroad.com, and sign up for my weekly newsletter. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Gail, and we are on our Women in Business show. My guest today is a very interesting young woman. Her name is Molly Nagle, and she owns a spruce nail shop in Over the Rhine, and she was named as a Women-Owned Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration in Columbus, Ohio district. And this was during the 2020 National Small Business Week back in September, which seems like eons ago with everything we've all been through. She was also named SCORE, which is the Retired Executives, the SCORE Greater Cincinnati Client of the Year last year in October. And she first began working with the business organization in 2015, fine-tuning her business plan to open an environmentally friendly nail salon. That's a refreshing thought. She opened in Over the Rhine in March of 2016 with 5 employees. And in 2020, she moved her shop to a Ray Street address and expanded her services to include mobile nail service and skincare. And now, this is the thing, she employs 23 people in just that short period of time. Molly, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of questions for you.
Hi, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. First of all, do you still have 23 people working with you?
We do. We have probably like 21 now because we just had somebody move out of town, and then we had one employee who took a full-time marketing position. But yes, we have 21 employees now.
Well, you know, that's amazing with what's going on with COVID and the fact that people are, you've had shutdowns. I know you've had shutdowns. And to go from that small amount of 5 to even 21 is a feat in itself. So let's find out, how did you get into nail art? And I guess that's what it's called, nail art.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting transition in my career. I actually I studied art in school. I actually used to be an art teacher for about 5 years, and I've always loved painting, and I used to do nail art on my friends growing up, and I would always paint their nails, and I loved nail art, and I wanted to kind of create a space where nail art was really the focus in a salon, and we got to really get to experiment with different types of, wearable art can be such a great, powerful thing, and I think I wanted it to feel more like an art studio as opposed to a typical salon environment, and I feel like we've really been able to do that.
So when we talk about this is really your second career. Your first career was as a teacher.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. So you worked with this group called SCORE, and of course, most people know what SCORE is. It's a group of retired executives who work with new business people gratis. I mean, they do it out of the goodness of their heart. So how did you get involved with them, and how did they help you in your business?
It's interesting because my relationship with SCORE really started before I even opened Spruce. Carlin Stram, who is my business mentor through SCORE, helped me to refine my business plan before even opening Spruce, and he's helped me with every kind of pivotal decision that we've made throughout Spruce. And we've been working together for more than 5 years now, and he's been such a great help to me. He's helped me from anything to expanding our business and looking at different pro formas. He's helped me in applying for different grants, which is something I really hadn't had experience in, but it's really helped us to be able to expand Spruce and take us, to be able to have these different opportunities. And he's been such a help along the way. And so it's definitely been a huge part of like our success for sure.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, because a lot of times, they don't always help. And so this is wonderful that they did. So you said, though, you had a mentor, though, before you went into business. So how is the mentor, and do they continue to be a mentor for you? I mean, how has it made a difference for you in your business?
Yeah, so he had helped me as we were working on the business plan to open Spruce, and it was something that I had a friend who also had their own small business, and he had helped them, and so they kind of introduced us, and it's been great. So I've been able to kind of pay it forward and introduce him to a couple other friends I have who had also started their own businesses, who he's been able to help as well. So it's really been great to be able to work together, and then see him also helping other people has been really great.
So other than what you might have done for the shutdown, which I assume that they did shut you down for a while, what's been your biggest obstacle as a business owner?
So we were shut down from March 15th through June 1st. So we had a pretty good chunk of time there where we had to close our doors. And, I'm sure you can imagine it was a difficult time for our staff. So we really kind of had to, I know the word of 2020 for entrepreneurs tends to be pivot, but it seems to be what, you have to do. And we were really working hard over those last few months to kind of build an online shop for Spruce and take our work and kind of put it into a different space. And that is our online shop and online sales. And we created like at-home manicure kits, at-home pedicure kits. And we kind of wanted to give our clients who have been so great and loyal for us since day one an opportunity to kind of get the Spruce manicure that they're used to at home. So we had to do that for a while as well. And then preparing to reopen our doors in June, was another really big undertaking that honestly we could not have done without the help of our staff. Like our entire team really helped us in making sure we had all protocols ready to go, having sneeze guards. We have a lot of new rules set in place that help us to not only protect ourselves, but to help our clients as well. And, having everyone fill out COVID safety fees, to temperature checks, to hand sanitizer, to touchless checkouts. We've kind of changed almost all aspects of what we do at Spruce. But it's helped us to be able to keep going, which, has been so important for us.
Well, you might even be able to, because there are people that might enjoy having a mani or a pedi at home, and you may charge more for it, but it might be a whole other revenue stream for you for when people, would like to have their service at home. And I realize it's not as efficient as having one after the other in the salon, but if you charge more for it and you have people who are willing to do it, once at-home visits become okay, it might be something else, another revenue share for you. So you've done well at pivoting, but maybe there's another revenue source there for you as well. So, because you never know where people go once they're able to get back out and go and do what they want to do freely, which is going to take several more months, but eventually that will happen. So what would you say the favorite part of your job is and the least favorite? Because first of all, you said you've got a great staff, but managing people is not easy. And, I'm sure that you love what you do or you wouldn't have started your business. So what's the good and what's the bad?
Well, I would definitely say the good. And my favorite part of what I do is definitely the team of people that we work with. I think we've got such an amazing group of women that we work together at Spruce. And, so many people that have come to Spruce either were not nail techs before and they got their license and then came to work at Spruce, or, they hadn't done nail art before and it's something they learn at Spruce and get to see and grow, or people who, used to be artists who didn't do nails and then they come to Spruce and get to kind of bring both those passions together. Just seeing the growth of people that I get to work with every day, and seeing, our team kind of cheer each other on and be each other's like biggest fans and support system is probably my favorite part of what I do at Spruce. It's a great, creative, encouraging environment. And that's probably my favorite thing about what we do. I'd say my least favorite part, are, the difficult conversations, or, someone being disappointed, and things like that kind of come in business, that.
Is that with your staff or with your clients?
I think it's with both, but when someone's appointment gets canceled, or, if something has to happen and you feel like someone is let down, it's like, I think we get into a lot of business because we're, notorious people pleasers, and we want people to be happy. And I think, when you have to cancel an appointment or something like that, just for letting people down, it's always a difficult part, of what we do. But I will say the support that we've had from our clients and our staff throughout this entire process has been really amazing. And I think, throughout this whole thing, I think one of the things that I struggle with was, just feeling like not having all the answers during COVID, and feeling like, even though we didn't have control.
Molly. Nobody had all the answers during COVID.
I know. And you feel like, you're letting your team down when you don't have those answers. And I think kind of coming to terms with trying to make sure, we're doing the right thing, and we're protecting people, and we're protecting our team. And I think that's always my main priority and my main goal. And, I think with COVID, that's been a really difficult undertaking, is to make sure that we're putting everyone's safety first. And I feel that we're really doing that at Spruce, but, it's always, it definitely probably is the hardest part of the job now, is just to make sure we're making the right choices, we're making the right decisions that protect people.
Well, I will say that I think that nail and hair salons, the majority, are doing a good job, a better job than certainly some of the restaurants and bars and some of the other places in protecting their clientele. I mean, as far as I know, most of the salons that I know are wearing not only the mask, but the shield as well. And they space out, and they don't have as many clients at one time as they normally do, and so forth. So I think most of you are doing a good job, and that's a testimonial to the industry. But
yeah, thank you. That's been something that we are really proud of. And I know that especially in OTR, I think all businesses down there are really just absolutely trying their best to keep people safe, but to also stay open. And I think that, all these small businesses down there are doing such a phenomenal job and really trying to get through this.
So you have evolved your business, you've grown it. You do have mobile services, I see, and some of the products that you've added. So where is Molly going in the future?
Well, we definitely, I think it kind of goes back to what you were saying earlier about the mobile aspect of Spruce. And it's something that, we are kind of starting to take a closer look at, changing a little bit of the business model to where, if people don't feel safe and comfortable coming, into different places, what that looks like going into people's homes, and if that's something that we want to explore, and possibly taking Spruce outside of the shop and setting up in different ways. So we're really kind of looking at expanding our mobile model a little more, but it's something that I don't want to do until I know we are, doing everything safe and right. And so we're kind of looking into that part now. But yeah, we've learned throughout this process as well, where we can kind of expand as far as like retail goes and the products we offer and the brands we carry. And we've found so many great brands whose values kind of align with our own in what they provide. And so we have been adding a lot more retail that we hadn't had before since the pandemic. And I think giving people, a larger selection has been really great. And also it's been an extra revenue for us that we didn't have before.
Yeah, I was going to say, could be sometimes people start a business and the sideline that they have grows to be bigger than the actual business they started. So if you end up with a really great retail line, that could be an even greater revenue share for you than maybe what you're doing with your manis and petties. Another thing that I was thinking of is, of course, this would be after everybody is safe, as you say, but there's got to be adult living facilities and nursing homes and so forth that are crying for people like you to come and work with their people, because they're lonely, and this is a way for them to brighten up their day and feel great about how they look and so forth. And I know that my mom always got her nails done. I mean, she lived to 99 and a half, and I think until her late 90s, she was still getting her nails done. And I see so many people at the salon that I go to who are, older, who come in and they don't get their hair done necessarily, but they get their nails done. And since that's what you specialize in, I would think that that would be perhaps a new revenue source for you.
Yeah, it's interesting. One of the reasons also for me starting Spruce, was a big passion of mine with painting nails, it really started from me always doing my grandma's nails growing up. And I did her nails, and she was also in a facility, assisted living facility for some time as well. And I would always go there to visit her and do her nails. And she would love going down to dinner and showing all of her friends her new manicure. So it's definitely.
And I'm sure someone said, "Why can't you do that for me?"
I know. So it's definitely something that we would love to be able to offer. We just want to make sure that it always goes back to putting everyone's health first right now and making sure it's done the right way. But yeah, I mean it would be so much fun, because it's that one-on-one connection with people that I think the nail polish is kind of like the cherry on top to having somebody to sit down with you and talk with you and really care for you. And I think that would be so needed in a lot of places.
Well, they say your hairdresser and your a nail person knows more about you than sometimes your best friends, because I don't know, you talk about things, you confide in people and so forth. So there's interesting things in terms of that. But here you were educated as an art teacher. And what did you learn from being a teacher that you were able to translate over into your business?
I think for me, really, it kind of comes back to my absolute love for art. And I think that's really where Spruce stems from. And I think that's what a lot of our texts, where we have that common ground as well, is that we truly love being creative. We love what we do. And I know for me, being in Spruce and doing nails, also getting to have that constant creativity and bringing that from teaching to teaching nail art as well. I think there's so much crossover there, and I just have so much fun with it. So it's been nice to be able to kind of get to do aspects of that as well in Spruce.
Fantastic. Well, tell us how someone can get involved with a SCORE mentor, or tell us about the resources they have.
Yeah, so you can go online at score. I believe it's score.com or maybe it's score.org. I checked
I think
here.
it's probably score.org. Yeah.
Yeah, score.org to reach out to them, and they actually will have a list of mentors like locally that you can connect with. And Carlin is my mentor that I love, that he also works with others as well. But by going on their website, you can kind of connect with a SCORE mentor locally to be able to start the conversation, because it's been a really wonderful help for me.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's great. Well, now, I don't know if you have a free gift that you'd like to offer our listeners, but if you do, we'd be happy to have you offer it. And if someone wanted to get in touch with you, I realize you're local, in the Cincinnati area, but if someone wanted, but you've got your retail now, so people could buy from you online. So where would people reach you? How could they find you?
So you can visit our website at sprucenailshop.com. And from there, we have direct links to where you can book with us online and be able to come in. We also have all the information as far as our new COVID protocols. And then we also have a link on there that directs you to our online shop where you can purchase any of our products that we make ourselves and then sell from other brands as well. And then we have a travel kit that we created that I was going to offer up where you can do a raffle, I believe, for your listeners.
No, not a raffle, but I mean, if any of our listeners would like to get a free something from you, I don't know if you have anything that it could even be an instruction guide of some sort. But if you have a gift that you'd like to offer, fine. And if you don't, that's okay too. Or it could be something you offer on your website that might be a bonus if they bought one of your retail products.
Okay, yeah, I can. Is it possible to look at that and then have you announce that later, just so I can check our inventory before I make sure I don't want to?
Yeah, I can get it to the station and they can post it on the show notes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so what kind of retail products? Oh, wait a minute, you started to talk about a travel kit.
Oh, yeah, so that was what I was going to say. I didn't know if there was one, I didn't know if it was one item or a lot. Before, yeah, we do a travel kit where it comes with a cuticle oil that we make ourselves, a travel container of our lotion that we also make ourselves, and then a glass vial and a glass vial case. And that's something that we sell both online and in the store as well.
Fantastic. Well, not sure, people are traveling right now, but of course they will travel from place to place. In other words, if they can stick it in their purse and they get a bad nail, they can take care of it right then and there. So that sounds fantastic. So your website is sprucenailshop.com, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's SPRUCE nailshop.com. And, Molly, I think it's wonderful what you've done. Not only have you done it creatively, you've built a fabulous business, you've pivoted when you had to. And the interesting thing is there are a lot of teachers out there who have decided they don't want to go back to teaching, unfortunately, because of COVID and so forth. So if any of those teachers out there have another skill or feel like, oh, I wish I had only had the opportunity to, those are the kind of people that should contact SCORE, get some advice from a mentor, and then see if they can create a business out of this, from where they were to where they can be, because you're a perfect example of somebody who's done that. So I certainly hope that that's something that perhaps some of the teachers who might be listening to this would have a chance to take advantage of. So even though she is a local business, excuse me, even though she's a local business, folks, she's got this wonderful retail side of her store. And I think you should go and check it out so you can see what she has that's available for you. And is there anything else that you'd like to tell our listeners, Molly? We have about 30 seconds left.
Just to touch on the teaching thing, my heart bleeds for teachers right now, and I know they are absolutely trying their best and doing what they do because they love what they do. So, I support all the teachers out there, and hope they get the support they need. But I wanted to thank everyone for listening along, and yeah, check us out at sprucenailshop.com, and I thank you for the support and taking the time to chat today.
Wonderful. And folks, don't forget to go to my YouTube channel, The Spunky Old Broad. Subscribe there. You'll get a chance to listen to the podcast and see some of the people that we're working with. And hopefully it'll be a great time for all of you. So thanks for being with us, Molly. We really appreciate it.
Hi, this is Dr. Gail, and I wanted you to know I have a whole bunch of other things to offer you. If you go to spunkyoldbroad.com, you will see an array of SOB stuff for sale and all our latest products and additions. If you're interested in getting on TV, I have a brand new course, Get on TV. And if you want to start your own business, you'll want my SOB Guide to Business Success. I know you'll love them all. I guarantee it.
Thanks for listening to Women in Business. I hope you enjoyed today's show. And if you have any suggestions as to who you'd like me to have as a guest, just email me at gailcarson13@gmail.com. Be sure to check out www.sob6tips.com. And in the meantime, go to www.spunkyoldbroad.com to see the resources I have for you.